What is going on, Skull family? I'm Kyle,
And I'm Darin
and this is the Purple Dopes with
with
Hopes
Hopes podcast.
podcast. Hey, we are back with episode 2. Yes, we are going to roll right from episode 1 into episode 2. Darin, you're in Minnesota, man. What is going on in Minnesota today?
I mean, outside of the nonstop rain and heat, Vikings start training camp in 2 days, man, and energy's high. People are excited. Local radios getting ready to go to camp and host from camp. So I'd say overall energy's high. People are excited. How
So
uh, how are you feeling?
I'm good, man. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this at the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I'm from Washington.
Yep.
You've been to Washington. You know what it's like being a Vikings fan in Washington, right? If you see another Vikings fan, it's like I mean, that's how you and I met. It's like you have to go talk to that person
You're
because
drawn
it's
to them.
yes,
There's
it's like finding the unicorn or the needle in the haystack. It's like
absolutely.
we have this equal connection in something that no one else has. So let's have a conversation. But for you in Minnesota, being really in the heart outside of Minneapolis, like what's the feeling like about the Vikings right now? Do you feel like?
I mean, again, positive. Like that being said, I think that's the Vikings outlook every year.
Yes.
I think as a fan, you have to go into it that way.
Yeah,
Even just the NFL, right? Like everyone goes into the
for
season.
sure.
That's the great thing about the NFL. Anything can happen. But I'd say for sure where the Vikings got to last year, and really you look at the entire tenure of KOC,
Mm,
what was supposed to be at least a quasi rebuild. I mean, we've been competitive every year.
yeah.
And really, the Kirk Cousins Achilles year, like we're a playoff team for sure that year.
Yep.
If he doesn't go down, and we almost were even without him. So,
For sure.
um, but that being said, I'd say the energy's high. You talk to
Good.
most Vikings fans around the city. I mean, everyone's just excited to see him get back out there.
Yeah.
You got the revamped offensive line. So everyone's excited. Obviously, the one question mark is our man JJ.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Well, I'm excited to hear that people in Minneapolis and Minnesota are excited. The 7 Vikings fans that I've ran into in the last, 3 years in Washington are excited this year. But let's talk a little bit about the Vikings moving from last year, 2024, into 2025. Just what types of things do we feel like gives Vikings fans hopes? So you mentioned some things about our offensive line being revamped, but what do you think about the things are from last year that we can get excited about this year as we move into training camp in 2 days offensively?
Yeah. One thing I'm really excited about is TJ Hawkinson.
Mm,
Obviously, he had the ACL a couple years
yeah,
ago. Last year came back, halfway through the season or so. And by the end, it looked like he was starting to become himself. And
yeah,
I do think, especially for a guy, who played tight end, it's a pretty physical spot. I don't think it's a 8 month. You're 100% right.
for
I
sure.
think it's good. I think it took him last year to kind of get right.
Oh yeah,
I'm really excited to see what he looks like. I think there's a lot of optimism there just because, again, he didn't look like his normal self last
yeah,
year. And you throw a weapon like that into the mix with JJ and Addison, adding Jordan Mason to the backfield.
yeah.
So I think that's, one thing I'm super excited for. Outside of, again, like I mentioned, you got the offensive line. Uh, Pass protection on the edges last year is fine.
Yeah,
Up the middle is where Darnold got killed, and
yeah,
that's where we went out and got some guys. So,
for sure.
if we can keep JJ upright, there's no reason he can't sling that ball.
Yeah,
How about
I
you?
think,
What off the top of your mind, what gives you the most optimism coming into
you know,
this year?
I think the thing that just kind of surprises me offensively, we didn't lose anyone crucial to the offense.
Right.
When you think about it.
Well,
Uh,
quarterback.
well, I mean, okay,
I'm teasing. I'm
fair,
teasing.
fair
Yeah.
enough. Absolutely right. But none of us thought Darnold was the guy.
No, exactly.
He just
Yep.
he just gave us an amazing year, fantastic year, a great bridge year for the team. But when you
Absolutely.
think about like crucial pieces of that we knew were going to be Vikings for the long haul, and even Aaron Jones re-signing, coming back,
Yep.
I think that's a big piece. You mentioned Jordan Mason, but Hawkinson, Addison, Justin Jefferson, of course. And then you add Taj Felton.
You got Jordan or Jalen Naylor still though. You
Oh
got
yeah,
Stevie there,
absolutely.
who's I mean, I was my my oldest loves watching Vikings highlights.
Yeah.
We were watching the Packers highlights this morning, the game that you and I went to
Oh
together.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And Naylor just had a massive game that game. And so, and even when Addison got hurt to start the year,
Yep.
Naylor came in and was really productive. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I think we can go four deep at the receiver position and be pretty lethal. And then again, you add in Hawkinson and things
Yeah.
are looking good.
So yeah, I just think like offensively, when you don't lose anyone, I feel like this offense was so bought in to KOC, and
Yeah,
when all those key pieces, minus Darnold, of course, which good for Darnold getting his money in Seattle.
yeah, absolutely.
But when you got all those pieces back, the excitement continues to build. It's not like you have to rebuild that excitement that you created last year in the locker room, which we saw all season long. These guys were excited to be Vikings. They were excited to
Absolutely.
play. There weren't guys who were, out there just to get their bag and go somewhere else. They really, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like Aaron Jones is a prime example of that. Aaron Jones expressed he wanted to stay and be in Minnesota, and of course we got it done. And now he's going to be in the backfield with Jordan Mason. So that's what gets me most excited is the excitement that they had last year. We don't lose any of that because all those guys are back in the locker room.
Not only are all the players back, I mean, the coaching staff.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that just year to year, that's huge. And I know that's one reason why you like to get an offensive minded head coach like, we got in KOC. But he's able to keep, now it's JJ McCarthy, but ideally he'll be the starter for years to come and
yeah.
he'll stay in the same system and just get to know it, get to know KOC better. And, hopefully sounds like in the offseason they gelled. I've been reading, I don't know if you've been reading any of the ESPN articles about kind of the plan they had for JJ last year, but KOC was meeting with him every week.
Oh wow,
Josh McCown was, kind of putting stuff together in the quarterback room for him. So they kept him busy, kept him engaged, which I didn't really know about that until reading these articles. So I thought that was a good sign.
for
It sounds like
sure.
they've built relationships there. But yeah, the coaching staff in general, I don't, did we lose anybody on the staff? I'm not even, I mean, offensively, you got KOC,
Yep.
Josh McCown's back, McCardell's still there for the wideouts.
Yeah, love him.
Phillips is back as
Yeah,
OC. I mean, I think we got just about everyone back on the
yeah.
offensive side coaching staff. And even defensively, I'm not sure we lost anyone.
Well, yeah, and you think about the other team, in our division who gave us the most, hurts this year, the Lions. I mean, they lost everybody. I mean,
I think
that's a
I heard there's 8 total coaches they lost.
isn't that crazy?
I-
I I
And
don't know.
again, like the Lions are legit, right?
Yeah,
But
for sure.
who can lose
But
8 coaches and not take a step back like that?
yes,
And
100%.
maybe they can, and that would be super impressive. But
Yeah,
it,
100%.
I just don't see it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
And for me and JJ, like who I'm super stoked for, JJ is KOC's guy.
yeah,
Cousins wasn't his guy. Um, Darnold, not his guy. Josh Dobbs, not his guy at all. But he still came out and he found ways to win with guys who weren't his guy. You put a
yeah.
guy in his pocket that he wants to coach and is excited about coaching. Oh man, I just think I'm so pumped to see him out on the field and what's going to happen. I mean, with a guy with young
Yeah.
legs, can get out of the pocket. I think KOC is just going to just soak that up with the plays he's going to be calling.
And Darnold was good at extending plays, but I think McCarthy's going to bring it to a new level.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, yeah, I think his escapability will be a little bit better. Again, I thought Darnold was good,
Yeah.
feeling pressure in the pocket. After having Cousins for how many
Yeah, well,
years,
that's
not be
true.
able to feel pressure. It felt like anyone, but yeah, I think McCarthy. A lot of optimism there. I mean, he's set up for success
For
across
sure.
the offensive line, the weapons he has to throw to. Um, and one thing I'm really excited for with this offensive line as well is not only do I think they'll be better at pass blocking, I think they're going to be able to run the ball this year,
Yeah, totally.
which I mean, when you need to run the ball for 1 yard and you can't,
Yeah.
I mean that's a problem. And we have been kind of living that the last couple of years here in
Hmm.
Minnesota. So if we can, get that push up front, be able to get the ball in the red zone, run it in for
Yeah,
some touchdowns, especially early in the season, take the pressure off McCarthy,
for sure.
let him just kind of like ease into the role. even like, and this is maybe a bad comparison, but I think of Brett Favre in '09. You
Hmm.
look back at those first couple of games. He didn't do much. He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
Peterson
exactly.
was running guys over in the
Yeah.
Browns game. I forget who's the second team there, Lions probably, and they were still the Lions at that point. So it
Yes.
wasn't really till week 3 where he really had to go out and beat a team like he did the 49ers, which,
Yes.
the original Minneapolis Miracle. But that's how I'm hoping they can ease JJ in this year and just,
Yeah,
and granted, I think we got a tough schedule to start, but if we can get the run game going,
for
play some
sure.
good defense, I'd love to see kind of JJ progress in that way.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the defense, which I'm actually kind of more excited about the defense than I am the offense. As excited as I am about the
For
offense,
sure.
because I love Brian Flores. I just think
Man.
Brian Flores staying on as the defensive coordinator is so crucial. I didn't think he would be here last year. And
Nope.
I thought he'd get a head coaching job and
Yeah.
came back. That defense was far better than it was the year before. The defense is finally buying into that kind of wild scheme that he draws up every week, where you never know where the blitz is coming.
That's just
Um,
it.
and once again, the guys who are crucial, minus Cam Bynum going, which I think is a big loss, but we did
Yeah.
add Isaiah Rodgers, and I think that our cornerback room is going to be just as strong as it was last year. Maybe not as entertaining, but it's going to be just as strong. But I think Flores has the guys he needs to lead that defense with the schemes that he's coming up with. So I'm just excited about the seeing that defense on the field week 1 and the things that they're going to be doing and coming up with, and the guys that they have already that showed it last year. I think are just gonna improve again this year. So what about you? What do you like about the defense?
I mean, yeah, I think +1 to everything you said. I mean, it all starts with Flores, the scheme he runs, just the kind of coach that he is. And yeah, the pieces you bring back that were there last year, have everyone bought in. The linebackers, especially. I don't think we lost a linebacker, so
Nope.
I'm just excited to see kind of what that group can do. Dallas Turner in year
Yes.
2. Obviously he's kind of playing behind Grenard and Van Ginkel.
Hmm.
They got a good rotation. He had a few sacks, had that pick.
Yeah.
Just excited to see him, make a step in year 2. Um, the defensive front, I think there's reason to be optimistic with Jonathan Allen and
Oh
Hargrave.
yeah.
I think those are they're older guys. Are they as good as they were 5 years ago? Obviously not.
Yeah.
But I think they can. I think they'll hold their own.
Yeah.
I think compared to what else was out there, I think we did a good job. I think we got the
Agreed.
pieces we needed. Um, And then when you look in the secondary, I mean, you bring back the agents wonder, Harrison Smith. I'm super excited he's back for another
Yeah.
year.
Likewise, leadership in the locker room, guys.
Yeah,
Guys, so
he
lovable to
can
watch.
still ball, man. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
have, like 4 or 5 picks last year? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, he's still solid. Metellus is, kind of the utility guy, plays everywhere.
And so great for the locker room.
Oh man,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
just,
Although I will miss, like you said, Cam Bynum and the Metellus dance
I
moves.
know,
I
I
miss that
know.
part,
Yes.
just about more than anything. But
Yes.
Metellus will have to get original on his own, but we'll see
Yes.
if he can pull that off. But Theo Jackson's one, I'm intrigued because I think hearing talk of him as a backup safety, I sounds like there's talent there. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see how he can step into like the Cam Bynum role.
Yes.
Um, he's got an opportunity, so we'll see what he can do with it. And
Yeah.
then yeah, the cornerback position, you get Blackman back, which is great.
Hmm.
Hopefully he kind of, I know coming off an injury, it's tough, but he's young and hopefully he can kind of continue to where he was at by the end of his rookie
For
year.
sure.
Obviously, you said Isaiah Rodgers coming in. That's a great piece to add.
For sure. And he's a
Um,
winner.
he's a winner.
That's
Yeah,
what I like. I think we need some guys who have won playoff games because we haven't. And so
we have
um,
not.
if we can get those guys who can really rally the troops. I mean, we saw it against the Rams last year.
Yep.
We just weren't ready for that.
Yep.
And I think that getting guys in there who've been in those games, who know that environment, know it's like, even though we were playing in Arizona, which was kind of a neutral site, you could tell who the experienced team was when they were out on the field. And so,
Yeah, I mean, they just got punched in the mouth,
yeah,
which didn't really have any. any return punches.
Yeah, no.
That'll hurt you. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm a little concerned about corner depth. I think that's a
Yeah.
concern for every team, though. You can never have too many. So
Yeah.
there's guys out there that I wouldn't be shocked if once we get into camp, Gilmore's still out there. Do
Yep,
they bring him back? I mean, there's plenty of guys out there with
for
name
sure.
recognition that might fit Flores' scheme,
Yeah.
and again, it all comes, like I said earlier, comes back to Flores.
Mm.
Keep running these stunts that teams can't figure out.
Yeah.
Keep these quarterbacks on their heels and get after them. I mean, that's what we do. We get sacks, we turn them over.
Mm.
Sometimes you bend and don't break, but that's
Yeah,
also part of the game. So,
for sure.
yeah, super excited for the D.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's finish out here as we look at the coaching staff, but let's focus on O'Connell.
Let's do it.
O'Connell's coming off a coach of the year, 3 years with the Vikings, two of those being very, very successful. And then, as you mentioned, the Achilles year was a little brutal for him, even though the Vikings were still in the playoff hunt with who I don't even, Josh Dobbs, Nate Steele,
Jalen, Jaron Hall,
Jaron Hall, Nick Mullins. I mean,
Nick Mullins.
yes. So,
Uh,
um,
I mean, we
so
were driving down. I can't remember what the score was, if it was driving down to win or to tie, but we were driving on the Lions at the end of the game on Christmas too,
yeah.
where
Oh,
Nick Mullins of all people
Nick
is the
Mullins,
quarterback.
dude, just
And
slanging that thing.
I still remember the game. He had Jefferson, and he just threw. It had to be
Yep.
the wobbliest NFL quarterback throw I've ever seen in my life. Felt like the ball just like indoors floated in the air for like 10 seconds. But
Hey,
yeah, I mean they're a good squad, and KOC knows how to put guys in the right position.
I will give it to Nick Mullins though, because he stepped in 2 times last year and hit
Yes.
Aaron Jones for first downs on both of those. So,
Utter- No hate on Nick Mullins. Again, like Nick Mullins for a backup quarterback, I thought
yeah,
he's as good as they come in the
for
NFL.
sure.
So yeah, no shade on Nick Mullins. He was a solid backup. We'll miss
Yeah.
him on the squad this year, but had to get younger.
So I want to know, man, what are you thinking? Like O'Connell moving forward, fourth year. Like what are you most excited about when it comes to having a coach signed an extension, coach of the year? Like what brings excitement in your skull heart?
I mean, honestly, it's just the stuff you've already seen from him. Like he's as good a play caller and play designer that
Yeah,
exists in the NFL today. I mean, hell, you look at last year at the end of the season, you had, rumors of teams that were looking to trade for
I
him.
know.
Like you don't hear that about a lot of coaches. So I'm just excited for him to kind of have a blank canvas here with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
Really imprint on him on how you play quarterback in the NFL,
for
and
sure.
especially how you play quarterback within his scheme.
Yeah,
And to know that, we have these two together for as long as we want them.
yeah,
And so, if McCarthy can really develop into the kind of player that we all hope he
yeah,
does, I mean, we'll have continuity here like they have in Kansas City, like they had in New England.
yep,
I mean, that's kind of what everyone hopes for.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that's where I get most excited, thinking about the opportunity we have in front of us with both KOC and JJ.
yeah.
How about you? What are you thinking?
Well, I kind of mentioned it already, but to get your guy
Yeah,
and what excites me is what you shared that I hadn't read that yet. That this isn't his going to be his rookie year.
right,
And in his rookie year, he's doing the hard stuff, making those, establishing those relationships, those
yeah,
connections with your head coach that really like takes a lot of work that first year, especially if you are the starting quarterback of the team.
for sure.
So he had a year to sit, to watch, to learn, and to really just kind of be under the tutelage of KOC. That's what excites me the most is
Definitely.
when O'Connell gets his guy, what's going to happen? What's he going to do when it's not a journeyman in Sam Darnold, when it's not random starters because Cousins blows his Achilles, or it's not Cousins, who is already the established guy. So it's not really your guy. You're already just working with the established guys. So I
A
don't know. I
guy who has what his like Cousins is good, but we all know
Yes,
what his ceiling is, right?
100%.
And that's why he's not here anymore. So
100%.
yeah.
100%. So, well, that leads me into kind of my little thought this week for us, which I think is perfect.
All right, lay it
Um,
on me.
this is going to be our Rushmore. So you got, four heads of presidents on Mount Rushmore. So when we're thinking about Vikings quarterbacks over time, who are going to be your four on your Vikings Rushmore's four quarterbacks? Vikings
My
Rushmore four quarterbacks.
current four Vikings as of now.
As of today, that have played for the Minnesota Vikings since their franchise's inception.
Okay, well, I mean, Fran is the obvious one, right?
Okay,
That
given.
predates me. Never saw him play, but you hear all about him. I think it
Yeah.
was three of the Super Bowls, were under him. So Fran's kind of the obvious guy.
Hall of Famer. Yeah.
That's where it gets a little bit difficult after that. There hasn't
Yes.
been sustained quarterback success here.
That's why I picked
You
this
know,
one this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cousins goes up there just due to
Okay.
longevity. I mean, I don't think we've had a guy like what was he 2018 to 2024. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't had that many guys with that many years, and he
Yes,
was productive. For
for
all
sure.
the hate that Cousins gets at times, like he was productive. He won a playoff game.
Yeah.
So I would put Cousins there. Um, I mean. You almost hate to say it, but I think Brett Favre's got to be on there. I know it was 1 year,
Interesting.
but
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
that was an incredible year that I mean, obviously we fell short, but
Yeah.
got a little spy back
Yeah.
there. And then last I'd probably go Dante Culpepper.
Okay.
I was debating between he and Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
Cunningham had that MVP year.
Yes.
Um, but I'm gonna go Dante. He played a little bit longer, and even he had, he went to an NFC title game 1 year. He had the year where he would have been the MVP had it not been for Peyton Manning throwing
Yeah.
50 touchdowns. So
Agree.
I think I'll go Fran, Cousins, Favre, and Dante.
Man, I struggle with this one a little bit. So I'm with you. Fran Tarkington, 100% Hall of Famer. Uh,
Yep.
one of the only multi Vikings quarterback to play in the Super Bowl. I got Dante on my list just
Okay.
because I think really in those mid 2000s to early 2000s, he was our guy. And this is where it gets tricky. I think after you go too, because like you said, we don't have a lot of Vikings quarterbacks that have been there for extended years. So based
Right.
on the extended year piece, I would put Cousins in my top
Yep.
top four Vikings because he was there. Like you said, he won a playoff game. I really feel like he was a good piece to the Vikings. But I don't know if I can throw Brett Favre on there for just being
I
there
mean, it's tough. He
two
beat us so
seasons.
many years that that's the argument against it too.
So
So
in my mind, I'm like, okay, top Vikings quarterbacks. Do we put Brad Johnson on that list? Do we put Tommy Kramer on that list? I don't know, man. I'm kind of like a blank on the third Vikings. Jim McMahon was a Viking for a handful of
for a
seasons
minute,
there.
yep.
So, man, to put another guy on there, I'm going to have to say Randall Cunningham just
Okay,
based on that
for sure.
98 season.
Yep.
But he's also an Eagles all-time quarterback, so I don't feel right robbing them of their guy. And I
Yeah,
just,
but yeah, can't look at it that way though. You
yeah,
can't look at what he did in purple and
yeah. But he really, I feel like set up that team for several years down the road, success into Dante Culpepper and his kind of run with Randy Moss. So,
in reality of that 98 year, he was the perfect quarterback for that
yeah,
team.
yes,
Like the
100%.
guy that will just drop back and launch it.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted to do.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I can't argue with that. Like I said, he was my backup if I couldn't go with Favre. But
Yeah.
I think it's funny because when you look at like the McMahons, Sean
Oh,
Salisbury,
yeah.
Rich Gannon. I mean, there's some
Yep.
guys
Very
that
true.
like, but nothing makes those guys stand out, right? Like
Yeah.
Cunningham stands out due to that year.
Yes,
Favre
for sure.
stands
Far as
out.
well. Yeah.
So I think the success that they had, even in that short period, is what
Yeah.
for me made like the decision to be Favre. Like he stood out
Yeah.
for that one. It was 1 year, I
100%.
guess 2 years technically, even though the second year sucked. But
Yeah.
that 1 year,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah, he really did it for us. So
Yeah.
that's why I had to go with Favre.
That's
But
fair. I'm not arguing with it. I'm
yeah,
not arguing. So,
yeah, tough question, but no,
yeah.
that's good thought exercise. Like it.
Okay, if you are on this YouTube right now and you are got your Vikings quarterback that we missed there, please make sure to drop it and share it. Also, we are working to get this thing on all major podcast platforms this week. So, Apple, Spotify, Google, any of those. Make sure you follow along on the show, and do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. But Darin, that's what we got, man. We got training camp coming up this week, and then I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Exciting times, man. Yeah, next week we can look ahead. I think we'll be looking ahead to that first preseason game.
Yep, heck yeah.
Absolutely can't wait.
All right, Skull family. We skull, you skull, we all skull together. We'll see you guys next week.